Hey guys, can you see me? Let me move this. There. Alright, let's read Owen. I like Owen. It's by Kevin Hanks. So all of our books that go with our writing this week are going to be by Kevin Hanks. I think I'm saying that right. It might be Hinkies, but I think it's Hanks. Alright, he won a Caldecott medal for his book. That means he drew the pictures really, really well. So he's the author and he's the illustrator. He does both, and that's what you guys are. You're authors and illustrators because you write your stories and you draw your pictures. So let's watch how Kevin Hanks wrote this book, Owen. It's a good book. I like Owen. Find the first page here. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He'd had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all of his heart. So look at Owen. And can you guys think of a toy or a blanket or a stuffed animal that you had when you were little that you just absolutely loved? Look, he's like sucking. Looks like he's kind of sucking his thumb and playing with his little blanket. And some of you might even have little brothers or sisters who like to do that too. Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen. And Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, and upside down. Excuse me. So if you look up here, he's sitting on the toilet with Fuzzy, and he's eating tomato soup with Fuzzy, and he's going down the stairs, and he's looking out the window, and he's playing with Fuzzy, his blanket. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen. And Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, and applesauce cake. Oh, look how dirty Fuzzy is. They're going to have to wash him. Fuzzy is a mess. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his... Whoops, hang on. I skipped a page. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. She's a nosy neighbor, isn't she? That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy gift in its place. Look at Owen's face. Do you think he loves the idea of having Fuzzy go under the pillow and then be gone? I don't know. What do you think he's going to do? What would you do? Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside of his pajama pants and went to sleep. There's no way that fairy's getting his blanket. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said Owen's mother. No wonder, said Owen's father. That's funny. Fuzzy's dirty, said Owen's mother. Fuzzy's torn and ratty, said Owen's father. No, said Owen. Fuzzy is perfect. And Fuzzy was. Look, he's even got pictures he's drawing of Fuzzy. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen, and Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the old vinegar trick? Owen's parents hadn't. Miss Tweezers filled them in. She is very nosy. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Ooh, have you guys ever smelled vinegar? It kind of stinks, and it's really strong. It has a bad taste to it. You use it when you cook, or you put it pickles in it. When you pickle stuff, like that's what makes those pickles kind of sour. Some of the vinegar and the pickled stuff in it. So just straight vinegar is not very good. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it, and then he picked a new favorite corner. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around in his sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it up again. Good as new, said Owen. That kid's a mess. Fuzzy wasn't very fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it, and hugged it and twisted it. So do you think that Fuzzy's going to hold up very long with him doing all these things to Fuzzy? Or do you think it's going to get kind of worn out? What are we going to do? Asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard a saying, no? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry and would not stop. Oh, don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then suddenly Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First she snipped, and then she sewed, and then she snipped again, and then she sewed some more. Look, she's cutting Fuzzy up. What do you think she's doing with him? What do you think she's making out of Fuzzy? Snip, 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 sew, 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 dry your eyes, wipe your nose, hooray, hooray, hooray. Now Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes, so they made handkerchiefs out of Fuzzy. Look at that. That's a good idea. And Mrs. Tweezers doesn't say a thing, because even she has a little hanky that she carries. That was a really creative way to solve that problem, wasn't it? So you notice they introduced the characters, and Kevin Hanks started building his story. He got you invested because you got to see all the things that Owen did with Fuzzy, and then you got to meet Miss Tweezers, the nosy neighbor, and then you got to see Owen's problem. He had his blanket, but it was time to be a big boy, and he didn't want to get rid of it, so they came up with a really good solution to that problem. Such a good story. So you guys keep thinking of good stories to write like that, and I will catch you later.